very good afternoon and welcome to your lunchtime news bulletin here on MTV Sports with News First. I'm Shahin Jurangpati. Let's first take a look at your headlines. Number of persons affected by the extreme weather rises to 4,917. A special examination to be held for those who were unable to sit for the JCOL examination yesterday and today due to the inclement weather. Japan's Juromon Kimura becomes the world's oldest person. Now for those stories in detail. Speaking the news first, Commissioner General of Examinations WMNJ Pushpakumar states that steps have been taken to hold a special examination for the students who were unable to sit for the GCE ordinary level examination yesterday and today due to the inclement weather. More local news, 4,917 persons from 1,219 families have been affected by the extreme weather prevailing in the country. The Disaster Management Center stated that 18 temporary shelters have been set up to house 830 families that have been displaced. These are visuals of the flooding in Polonnaruwa, Arlaganvilla and Pimurotava following torrential rain in the area. Our correspondent stated that boats are also being used to rescue some of the stranded people. Meanwhile, the main Polonnaruwa-Batiklo road has gone underwater at several places. Our correspondent stated that the Ampara-Kandy road was also underwater at several places. Due to the disruption to public transport as a result of flooding, the army has been called in to provide transport to the people. Meanwhile, the floods affecting the Kandy-Jaffna A9 route at several places has begun receding. Our correspondent stated that earth slips have been reported from Ambatana and Akurana obstructing the road. However, the road has been cleared and there is no obstruction to traffic. Meanwhile, the 18th bend on the Kandy-Mahiyangania road has been temporarily closed for traffic. Our correspondent in the area stated that the reason for this is an earth slip that has occurred in the area obstructing the road. Meanwhile, several areas in the Ambalantota, Malay Colonia and Puhulyaya were inundated as a result of the sluice gates of the Udavalave Reservoir being opened. This had affected traffic on the Ambalantota-Riddigama road, which has been inundated at several places. The Ambalantota Rice Research Institute has also been affected by flooding. Meanwhile, the Ambalantota police station has also gone underwater. Our correspondents in the area stated that the Suryababa Viharagala Mahagala Our correspondents in the area stated that the Suryababa Viharagala Mahagalava road has also gone underwater. In more local news, a red rain phenomenon has been very much in the news in the recent past. Now, even today, red rain was reported from several places. These are some visuals captured by our cameras in the Alutvilla area in Ambalangoda this morning. The rain experienced in the area bore a colour similar to red. It was further observed that a somewhat thick substance was present where the water had collected. Red rains were also experienced in the Panamura area in Kolonna, Ratnapura last evening. Meanwhile, a white substance was observed in the Palapolavatta area in Govinda Bulat Singhala after the downpours last evening. We are still in local news. The Foreign Minister of Afghanistan, Dr. Zalmay Rasool, is to arrive in the island on a 3-day official visit. The Ministry of External Affairs stated that the Afghan Foreign Minister is visiting the country on an invitation extended by Minister G.L. Peres. During his visit, he is due to hold discussions with President Mahinda Rajapaksa, Minister of Economic Development Basil Rajapaksa and Minister of External Affairs Professor G.L. Peres. Director of the External Affairs Ministry Communication Division Sarat Dissanayake stated that the objective of the Afghan Foreign Minister's visit is to strengthen bilateral ties between the two countries. Meanwhile, the Department of Archaeology states that the human remains that were found during a recent excavation carried out at a private land in Gaul Fort belongs to the Dutch era. The excavation director Nimal Pereira stated that evidence pointed to 3 cemeteries having existed at the location.
An excavation was carried out by the Department of Archaeology following a request made by the owners of the land to construct a building. Accordingly, several human remains were discovered at the location during the excavations. Excavation Director Nimal Pereira visited the excavation site yesterday. There is evidence to suggest that these human remains belong to the Dutch era. We believe that a few Dutch churches were located in this area. There might have been a cemetery too. We believe these human remains belong to these cemeteries.
The newly renovated surgical theatre of the Lady Ridgeway Children's Hospital was declared open yesterday. The new surgical theatre was declared open by the Secretary to the Ministry of Health, Nihal Jatilaka, Director General of Health Services, Palita Mahipala, and Director of the Lady Ridgeway Hospital, Dr. Ratnasiri Hevage. The new surgical theatre, which is equipped with the latest facilities for children, was funded by financial donations from several individuals. The new surgical theatre is also decorated with paintings and stories of renowned author Sibyl Vettasinghe. The children who have to undergo surgery have a lot of fear when they come into the theatre. When the surroundings are pleasant, it prepares a child mentally for the surgery. I believe that this concept should be taken to the other children's hospitals as well.
ඉතින් මම හිතන්නේ මේක සංකල්පයක් විදිහට අපි අපේ හැම ළමා රෝහලකටම අරන් යන්න ඕන විශේෂ කාරණයක්.
Starting off with football news, FIFA said that Mohammed bin Hammam, the former FIFA presidential candidate embroiled in corruption allegations, has resigned from all his positions in football and has been banned from the game for life.
The 63-year-old former Asian soccer chief was first banned by FIFA in July 2011 for alleged bribery during his failed bid to oust Blatter in the presidential race to head the world soccer's governing body.
They are saying, seeing FIFA is not, transparent, not ethical. These things actually it hurts, So, this is where I would like to see this transparency.
In more sports news, on a snow-covered soccer pitch inside the Arctic Circle, an elf attempts to score a goal with an extravagant bicycle kick. Now, strange as it might seem if the elf players for FC Santa Claus, a genius soccer team in Santa's official home of Rovaniemi, Finland.
The club with the festive name, formed in 1992 from 2 existing teams, plays in the Finnish second division, the 3rd tier in the country. The club's badge even features a picture of Santa, quill in hand, working on his Christmas list. With the official season having been completed in October, with the club finishing a disappointing 8th out of the 9-team league, some of the players have been helping out in the town's post office, famous for receiving letters to Santa from children throughout the globe. The great man even finds time to walk out with the players and kick off a friendly match. The club has invested in impressive facilities to cope with the weather conditions, including a floodlit artificial pitch complete with underground heating to beat the frost. For a little light relief from his Christmas preparation, Santa himself organised an impromptu 5-a-side match between players, with one team in full elf costume. Officially, the elves ran out 6-5 winners over FC Santa Claus, but the reindeer spectators stayed chilled, probably saving their strength for their busy day with Rudolph next week.
Online cricket news, Australia beat Sri Lanka by 137 runs in the fifth and final day of the first test at the Bella Oval in Hobart, Australia. Now, Sri Lanka resumed play on 65 for 2 in their second innings with Kumar Sangakkara and Mahela Jayawardene at the crease. Kumar Sangakkara reached his 40th test half-century before he was dismissed for 63. However, the game was interrupted by rain on several occasions. Once play resumed, Thilan Samaravira was trapped in front by Peter Siddle, just one short of a half-century. The pick of the Aussie bowlers was Peter Siddle, who picked up 4 wickets. Well, that brings an end to our lunchtime news bulletin. I'm Shan Jurangpati. Goodbye.